That's crazy how the news is saying straight up it smells like chemicals.
Does this disclosure happen next week? And if it does, how does it happen? When it starts happening, how will we know?
Well, it'll be all over the news. It's good to see you again. I just heard about an hour ago.
I heard him say this a couple weeks ago.
He's non-official cover aerospace intelligence community, a senior operator from one of the key black sites, two black sites out in the western United States. And they are preparing to do this next week. I don't have an exact date. They intend to not only provide their testimony of operations, he's been there almost 30 years, but also the evidence and other details. Now, he's been involved in two things. One is the testing and the surveillance of the man-made UAPs that have been manufactured out of the Lockheed Skunk Works and Northrop Grumman complexes out in the high desert.
Okay.
The other is the targeting of non-human craft. Some would say extraterrestrial, some say alien. The words they're using now is NHI, non-human intelligence, and the downing of those objects. So he's been intimately involved.
I've been checking it out. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Look at that,
keep in mind, so much of what is being seen now
that's
is
exactly
sort of
what the pilots
decoy
would
false flag
describe
operation, sort of trying to intercept what
the
he's going to be
Navy
doing.
pilots. Look, they're shooting at that thing, bro. They missed.
There's no way, Dr. Greer.
You see it avoiding the shots? That's how government's shooting at it.
All over the
trying to intercept what he's
Look, that's how government's shooting lasers or something at it.
be doing.
And you see it dodging all of the shots. That's like a Gatling gun that they got off the shore or something. You know, one of them Gatling guns? It fires like fucking 50 rounds a second.
So much of what is being seen now is sort of a decoy false flag operation.
And they fly in front, they shoot in front of it, so when it moves, it hits it, but that thing's moving so fast.
There's no way, Dr. Greer, we've talked about
still outrunning it.
All of this can be a false flag. It's all over the world now. It's being seen over cities in India, cities in South Korea.
Everywhere now.
Nation that would be required to do something like that. I think it's beyond the scope, unless there is something going on that I'm completely unaware of, which of course is a possibility. 3 questions. These are just yes or no's. Are aliens already here? Yes or no?
Oh, sure. I mean, there have been non-human extraterrestrial civilizations that have been observing the planet for thousands of years, and it increased remarkably once we detonated the first atomic bomb. There's no question about that. In fact, this particular team coming forward have dealt with the remains and on occasion living non-human life forms that have been downed, and some are still in captivity in subterranean facilities or stiffs.
Some are still in captivity. How would it be they want their fucking brothers back?
It feels like right now the public worldwide is being primed for something. You know,
that's World War I and shit, like the 1930s.
Going back to Roswell, we had reports of flying saucers, and now people, not just in northern New Jersey, are seeing strange things
might be
in the
back
sky.
for World
It seems
War
like
III.
these beings are technologically far superior than we are, and they're doing this with incredible patience, priming a worldwide audience for something else.
If World War III was coming, they could be trying to warn us.
Well, it's very complex. But the bottom line, it is they've been waiting for humans to acknowledge their presence so that they don't have to force into it, which could look aggressive, because they're not aggressive, obviously.
Force into it like land in Times Square, right?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
they're not aggressive.
They're going to do a sort of an acculturation and desensitization operation.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Which means it's gradual.
Okay.
And it has been over the decades. Now, the big problem here are rogue military-industrial complex operations.
He's part of all those high-clearance programs.
Extremely advanced technologies, and can use them in staged event. And this is where everyone, when I say everyone, I mean everyone from the generals that I had briefed at the Pentagon to director of the CIA, past, incoming.
This is from the pilots.
That is that they greatly underestimate what has been developed. I mean, Ben Rich, before he died, who was head of Lockheed Skunk Works, said, anything you can imagine, as you've seen on Star Trek, we've already figured out, and it's out there in the desert. He says, not Area 51.
Okay.
Talking about
how far ahead of us? And the last time you were on, you said there are multiple different alien societies from different planets visiting us.
Right.
How far ahead of us are they?
At least 60 to 70 that have been documented.
What?
60 to 70.
That I know about, yes.
And how far, where are they technologically? 1,000 years ahead, 1,000,000 years ahead?
They'd be in the many thousands to millions of years more advanced, and they're...
Go digital and get paid up to 4 times faster with QuickBooks payments.
They just been trying to come out with the last couple
QuickBooks
years
mobile.
about it. Nobody's been paying attention. They went to Congress in November. They said that there's UAPs. The pilots testified that they can't fly really. All 3 whistleblowers. The Congress asked, "Do you believe these things are a threat?" They said yes, because they're over military structures and they're over the nuclear bases for some reason, and they don't know why.
It's a different development. Both
Why would
socially,
something so
spiritually,
advanced
and
be over
technologically.
that type
None
of
of
stuff?
them are hostile, obviously, with the kind of technology they have.
Only
They
thing in our military
as
bases is what to
Congressman
protect
Burchett said,
ourselves
it would
with.
be a charcoal briquette floating through space if they were overtly hostile. But they appear to be very concerned with our own hostility and the development of very powerful
If they
weapons.
landed, Dr. Greer, could they communicate with us?
I'm sure they can. I mean, I don't know how that would exactly take place. It may be some strange. I mean, remember, one of the things that Elon Musk is working on
That's
at
crazy.
Neuralink is an interface between thought and machine.
Right, right.
And now, I will tell you, this is a big secret that's going to come out very quickly with this team, because they've dealt with this, is that there is a direct interface between technology and consciousness and thought that's been developed by these advanced civilizations. This is not Ma Bell we're talking about here in terms of communication. So it's that's just a prelude. We don't have time to unpack that, but I know about that in a very specialized fashion.
Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon, Sea of Tranquility, 1969, Apollo 11. Over the decades, he hinted at several things. One, that aliens are living right now in bases on Antarctica and under the ocean. His words, not mine. The second, that the moon landing in 1969 never
allegedly
actually
this
happened.
been going on since
The third,
1920s
and
that
most
we've had
interesting, I
alien
think,
technology.
is that on the dark side of the moon doesn't spin like the Earth. When they orbited in Apollo 11, they photographed and saw with their own eyes structures that clearly were
This
built
guy
by
saying
somebody.
that the first time he went to the
deny
moon.
any of that?
I can absolutely confirm we did go to the moon, but when we went, we weren't alone, and that was known prior to the 1969 moon landing, and I'll tell you why. If you go to our disclosure project, Intelligence
guy knows
Archive,
his shit, listen.
DPIarchive.com, you will see, and it's free to go there, you'll see the testimony of Carl Wolf, who in 1968 was at a National Security Agency relay station at Langley Air Force Base.
Carl Wolf was killed, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was killed. I mean, we've had a lot of losses.
Run over by a truck or something like that? Mysteriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and news ain't the nose.
I have one. Go ahead.
I
He
was
said
mysteriously
mysteriously.
killed about 14 months ago. But my point is that these, when they did the lunar orbiter, where they were mapping, where they were going to planning to land.
Yep.
There were these structures that were seen, and he came forward with that 25 years ago.